Well, that was quick. Lawson's out. Tsunoda's in. Is it harsh? Yeah, it's harsh. Especially given the fact that the guy had 2 races at tracks that, as far as I'm aware, he's never driven at before. However, it's something that I think needed to be done, and it's good that Red Bull acted fast, because for a top team, okay, really, if they want any chance of fighting for the titles, they really cannot be fighting with one hand behind their back. I mean, you need 2 cars to win a Constructors' Championship, unless it's 2023 and you have the combination of Max Verstappen and the RB19. And then as for the driver's title, really it helps in winning a driver's title if you have your teammate up there to back you up. And unfortunately for Lawson, all of this means that Red Bull just cannot wait to see if he'll get better. They had to act fast, and they did. Arguably, in acting fast, they've corrected themselves to the rod that they probably should have gone down in the first place, but look, they made the choices they made, they gave Liam a shot, they took the risk, and I mean, hey, nothing wrong with taking a risk, but they've very quickly realized and decided that they went down the wrong path, and they've corrected it to give Yuki a well-deserved shot at the top team. Liam Lawson is still on the grid, he's headed back down to Racing Bulls, which I think will be good for him. That team has shown potential in the first 2 races that we've had so far. It's a shame that it's not really worked out too much in the actual races for one reason or another, but the potential is there for that team, and I think being in that less pressured environment could be good for his development. I mean, it did good for Gasly going back down to what was at the time Toro Rosso and then AlphaTauri. Maybe it can do the same for Liam Lawson. And now I will say I'm not expecting to see Lawson in the Red Bull senior team again, unfortunately. I just don't see it happening. Similar to Gasly, he never went back to the Red Bull senior team. I don't see Liam Lawson going back there either, unless Red Bull lose Max Verstappen before they feel that someone like Arvid Lindblad, who they have in F2 this year, is ready, and they also feel like Hadjar isn't the guy. Yuki, meanwhile, I'm glad to see him finally get that shot in the Red Bull team. I mean, let's be fair, I think a lot of people think maybe he should have got the call up from the beginning when they decided to replace Checo, but whatever, I digress. It's not a bad race to make your debut for your top team at, your home race. Of course, there is also pressure that comes with that, because 1, home race, and 2, said home racetrack isn't really an easy track. You know, Suzuka, it bites back. And also, you know, the pressure of that second Red Bull seat. I think we should keep expectations for Tsunoda measured in Japan because of his lack of experience with the RB21 and it being his first race with the team at a more tricky track. But overall, I have a good feeling for Tsunoda at Red Bull. I think they have made the right choice, and I hope he will do pretty good there. I have a feeling he will do good because he is a good driver. He's developed a lot since he first joined the grid in 2021, and he really has exactly established himself as the team leader at RB, at VCARB, whatever you want to call it, and he deserves a shot at the top team. Of course, that doesn't mean I'm not also a little worried about him, because I am, and I'm kind of hoping that he does not also fall to the curse of a second Red Bull seat. But frankly, if he does end up struggling and just not being able to keep up or handle it or whatever, if you know what I mean, then Red Bulls need to take a serious look at themselves and the team, because at that point, there will really be no way to blame drivers and the drivers just can't keep up. It'd for sure be something not right with the team that means that the second driver just always ends up struggling. And of course, you could argue that that's already the case now, and yeah, fair call, I'd agree, but you get what I mean. There is word that Max Verstappen ain't a fan of the swap and would have preferred Lawson to stay, but who knows how true that was. What is true though is that he was seen liking this Instagram post by Van de Garde, but look, I mean, at the end of the day, and this is nothing against Max because I do like him, but if it's true that Max wasn't a fan of the swap, good on Red Bull for not caving to what Max would have preferred, because really, it's not up to him who's in that second Red Bull seat. Again, nothing about Max, but come on, it's not his choice who's in that car. It's the choice of Horner and the higher-ups at Red Bull. Anyway, quick little video. What's your thoughts on the Red Bull swap? Yuki at Red Bull finally. Good decision, bad decision? Would you have preferred Lawson to stay? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.